Hey there, how's the lighting? Awful? Yeah, I know. Still working on things. My hand disappears right here when I reach over here. So I recently read Will Grayson by John Green and David Levithan. Will Grayson is a fiction, probably young adult, sort of LGBT book, like, of the G at least. I haven't actually read any books by them before, but I have shown interest in a couple of books by David Levithan purely because they're LGBT and I am of the LGBT. Will Grayson is about two boys. They're both similar age. They both go to high school. I think they both live in Chicago. I'm not sure. But they're both named Will Grayson. They don't actually know each other at first. The meeting had a significant impact on both of their lives. Each chapter switches point of view. One chapter would be this Will Grayson, and then the other chapter would be that Will Grayson. First Will Grayson, he has a best friend named Tiny, who, according to him, is really large and really gay. And he's also really cynical and has this rule about just keeping to himself. Like, the second Will Grayson, instead of a best friend, he has depression. He doesn't really consider anybody his friend, and he's kind of gay. But this one, I'm not sure if he lives in Chicago or not, because it did mention him going to Chicago. But maybe he meant further in Chicago. This Will Grayson has, his sentences are all lowercase, and when people are speaking, it's more of in a chat format. So they meet a couple of chapters in, when the first Will Grayson is with his friends. He's with his friends and he went to a concert, but he wasn't able to get in, so he just hung around, and then he eventually met the other Will Grayson. The second Will Grayson had gone to this specific place to meet somebody, but it turned out it didn't end well exactly. I mean, it ended sort of well, but didn't turn out as he had expected. I didn't like it at first. I had to get through a couple of chapters. I suppose I found the second Will Grayson, known with depression, sort of stereotypical. I'm not sure, but I suppose that is some people's reality. So I'm not sure how to feel about that. I think I kind of feel bad for thinking it was stereotypical and exaggerated. But I did eventually like the book. Plus, the first Will Grayson was like so cynical, but I also kind of find that overdramatic. But I suppose that is just how people work, and I too am a people, so I cannot exactly get mad at people for peopling. I really liked the book. It had a very interesting plot. I believe reading somewhere that the idea for Will Grayson sort of came out of David Levithan having a similar name to somebody in college, and it's really kind of interesting because I think that people usually have one or two doppelganger name people. You never think you're going to meet anybody with your name, but I suppose that could possibly happen. I mean, first name that's easy to meet. Like, my birth name is really common, and so I met a lot of people with the same name. But it'd be interesting to meet someone with the same first and last name, like Will Grayson did, and David Levithan almost did. And I'm pretty sure John Green did also eventually meet another John Green. There's so much I want to go into, but I also don't want to spoil this. So I thought I'd make a few notes and talk about them. These are the first Will Grayson's rules. He said, I feel like crying is almost like, aside from deaths and relatives or whatever, totally avoidable if you follow two very simple rules. Don't care too much and shut up. That's a really kind of cynical way to look at things, but I suppose that's just how he did. Another thing was Tiny, and he'd go through a bunch of like boyfriends, I suppose. And another person of the Gay Straight Alliance at the school was like, you're being real stereotypical, because, some people view queer people as, like, not right, and too sexual or something. I don't know why. Oh, here's something else interesting from the second one. He says, I think the idea of a mental health day is something completely invented by people who have no clue what it's like to have bad mental health. The idea that your mind can be aired out in 24 hours is kind of like saying heart disease can be cured if you eat the right breakfast cereal. Mental health days only exist for people who have a luxury of saying, I don't want to deal with things today, and then can take the whole day off, while the rest of us are stuck fighting the fights we always fight, with no one really caring one way or another unless we choose to bring a gun to school or ruin the morning announcements with suicide. I think that's really interesting because, I mean, people do take mental health days, and sometimes it is just to relax. But also, that's also probably kind of important to take mental health days. But he does have a point. It's not a cure-all. It doesn't fix things. Even if you take a mental health day, there's still a mental health. If you have, like, depression or intrusive thoughts or OCD, a mental health day does not exactly help this. It's still there. I mean, mental health days, depending, can be good if you like take a break from all the stress. But Will Grayson does make a very good point on that. Mental health days do not fix everything. And sometimes you cannot take a break from your mental health. The second Will Grayson and Tiny, they were talking, and Will Grayson was the person. He said that Tiny didn't understand because he had it so easy. And Tiny replied, stop telling me I have it so easy. Do you have any idea what you're talking about? Because I'm a person too, and I have problems too. And even though they may not be your problems, they're still problems. Tiny's problems were a lot less than Will's problems. But I think it's interesting because when people have problems, that's a people thing, that's a normal thing, that's the world we live in. We all have problems. But I think that's interesting because, you know, there's people who have problems, minor problems. I mean, it may seem minor to others, but people may be like, you don't have it that bad, at least you're not living on the streets, at least you're not starving. But there's still problems. You can't, I mean, there's still problems. Just because someone has it worse doesn't make the problem any less of a problem. That does not make their problems go away. For example, thinking about Will Grayson himself, he has a mom who cares about him, he has a roof over his head, he has food, he lives in I'm not sure if he lives in a nice place, but he has the basic necessities. He has food, he has a mom who cares about him, he has a roof over his head, he gets an education. But that does not make his depression any less depression. I hope that makes sense. Last note over here. Again with the second Will Grayson, I suppose I relate more to him. Because I haven't been really talking about the first one, the cynical one, as much as the second one with depression. Anyway, last note. He was talking to his mother about relationships and stuff. You know, he doesn't usually talk about that. His mom made a very interesting and good point. So she said, need is never a good basis for any relationship. It has to be much more than that. And I agree. A relationship does not put away problems. A relationship will not necessarily make you happy. Sometimes you can't rely on other people to make you happy. Need is not a good basis for a relationship because sometimes when you need someone, they're not there. It's just a simple fact of life. I mean, it's okay to need someone. That's fine. But what I think it's talking about is you don't need a relationship to be happy. Need is not a good basis for a relationship, because at that point you feel like you are the relationship. You feel like you have nothing without the relationship. And that is not a good thing to have. It's important to be your own person, even if sometimes your mental health does not allow that. Having a relationship is not a fix-all. So that's what I thought about this book. I appreciated it that it had more than one or two gay characters, because realistically, that's just how the world is. There's more than one or two of these people in a subset of groups. I also appreciate that they weren't all stereotypes. There was at least 4 or 5. That sounds weird to say. It doesn't sound right. I'm not sure how to put this, but I tried. Anyway, I really liked the book. I'll give it like a 4 out of 5, simply because I couldn't get through the first few chapters without making myself. But eventually, I couldn't put the book down. I would definitely recommend it for someone who wants to read something with a gay character, or someone who likes to read young adult or interesting situations, or with different point of views. I would not recommend it for someone who's easily upset or triggered by talk of suicide or depression. Although, I don't know, maybe some people can put up with that, because there are very specific things that some people can't put up with, and sometimes that's just not how it works. Anyway, I'm rambling again. This is going to be a hell of a video to edit. But at least I'm making a video, and it's going to be longer than usual. So that's nice. Anyway, that was my review of Grayson. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll put a link down below where you can find it, whether it be Barnes & Noble or Amazon. If you liked it, let me know. Comment below if you read it, or if you have something to say about it, or what I should read next. Subscribe if you want. Post videos every Monday. Thinking of posting every Monday and Thursday, but we will see. We will eventually probably build up to that. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.